Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over some of the behind the scenes of a recent video I did with my mate Cam. Now, first you're going to want to go watch that video so you actually understand what we're talking about today. But what we're going to be going through is a bit of what I was up to while he was running and how I got some of the shots and just talking through some of the stuff that was happening whilst the main video is going on. So let's get into it, hey? Let's start off. What we're going to do is we're going to go between the actual video and my video. I'm going to chop up the main video a lot, and there's going to be a lot of main parts that are missing. So that's why you definitely want to go check the first one out first, so you actually get the full picture before we talk too much about it. Yeah, I couldn't believe just how crazy it was to be climbing up there. Like, just the landscape, it was so steep. I hadn't done anything like that with just rock climbing, basically up, not full rock climbing, but just having to climb up like that was crazy.
I thought it would be pretty much impossible to run up these rocky trails with any kind of speed. And after we started descending, when we had the light of day, I thought you'd have to be pretty much insane to try and run down it at all.
Alright, so for this first drone shot that we get introduced to over the video, this was actually the main cool, sort of awesome clip that was in it that I had nothing to do with. This was shot before I'd even rocked up down in Albany. Awesome shot, just seeing the clouds come around as the drone moves around the mountain. Definitely an epic shot. Shout out to Cam for like shooting that one. That was awesome. I love this. Moving along as we got closer to the actual start of the run, I got some footage of him stretching, of warming up, just kind of getting ready for the run. I shot all this on my gimbal stabilizer for my ADD, as I'm sure you've seen me do before. If not, you can check that out too, because I've done a couple videos with that. But did that, we even did a test couple runs, running the first 20 meters or 30 meters of the run, just so that I could get some extra angles and footage. So when we start off, we've got more stuff to work with.
Snake. The time to beat was 50 minutes and 25 seconds set by Richard Avery 3 years prior, and I knew I had a chance to beat that if the run went perfect. The trail to the top of Toolbrunup is only 2 kilometers long each way, and the first kilometer is actually quite runnable. It's still very steep, but there's definitely room to open up your stride and get a good pace in on that first kilometer. That was my goal, to really push that runnable section, both on the first kilometer on the way up and also the last kilometer on the way down.
All right, so now the run started. Obviously, Cam's going. I've already climbed up halfway up the mountain with all my camera gear. I've got my gimbal in one hand, I've got my drone in my backpack with all my cameras and everything. I brought everything up with me. And so I've set some GoPros up. I'm ready for him to come. And so on the way, while I'm doing that, I'm also reminding and letting other people on the track know that he's coming, to stay out of his way as he goes along. And what I'd done is, in terms of camera angles, is I'd set up for this one stretch that you're about to see, and I'll talk about that as we get a little bit closer. Yeah, Cam.
Oh, it's tough.
It is.
On pace though. Thanks, mate.
Seeing how tired Cam was at this point just made me realize, wow, this is actually going to be a really big slog. Like, he's still going up and he's already tired. Like, who knows what it's going to be coming down. That was just something that was going through my head as I watched that too. All right, so the part I'm talking about. We had this stretch of climbing area that he was going to come through, and then after that is one of the big rock scrambles. You can see it in a lot of the footage coming up, even in now. There's some rock scrambly bits that were really, really hard to do. And so Cam's coming up to that bit, and I thought, well, I can't follow Cam while he's climbing that because I need my hands just to climb that myself. So thinking, all right, let's lay this out. I run back probably like 30, maybe 40 meters, and I set up my bag. I pull my camera gear up, I set everything up, ready to go. I run down the path further, and I set up 2 GoPros in different angles. So I've got 2 extra angles already there, just ready, literally recording for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, just for, you know, I'm like 30 seconds of footage because it's only when he comes past. And you don't see all of that in there, but that's what I've set up, right? So now we get up to the part where Cam's there. I've run down to meet him, and then I'm following him up, climbing, running behind him, just kind of encouraging him, as you can see. And then he heads off and continues. I get my gear, throw it down, put it down, get my drone out, get the drone up and start following him, trying to find him for like 15 minutes. All right, so now you get this epic drone shot, this zoom out of the mountain as you see Cam climbing, and you start to just see the perspective of the scale of what he's actually accomplishing, what he's actually doing here, right? And it's so awesome to watch. I love that drone shot, just seeing the world around, zooming out from the mountain, just putting it into perspective for not only, you know, me there, but for you guys watching to go, wow, what he's doing, it's not just some run, you know, he's going up a mountain. But for me, this is, you know, I've got the drone up. It took me like 10 minutes with the drone to find him, to get these shots. And I only had like 5 minutes, maybe like 7 minutes left on the drone battery before I had to come back. So I'm there just following him, zooming out, getting all these shots that I can. And to see a shot turn out like this was just so awesome because it just kind of made it worth it. So I've done all this, and then Cam starts heading towards the top.
Toolbrunup, done. My legs are gone. I have no legs left. Pray for me.
All right, so I've filmed that. So I've filmed all those bits, and I'm like, okay, now I've got to get back. Let's pack up this stuff, get down so I can be as far down the hill as I can for when he comes back. And so I'm gonna flick over to now. I filmed something while I was there about me packing up and heading down. All right, just had the drone up. Now I'm gathering all my things to run back down and meet him as far back down as I can. But I left my backpack up at the top station. Let's go.
As I reached the last kilometre of the run, I knew I had to absolutely send it to have any chance of making the record. This was it. It's very close. It's very, very close. Treat.
As you can see, just had Cam run past me. Oh man, sprinting with this thing down rocks with this backpack was sketchy at best. I really hope he makes it. I'm not going to find out until I get back. But, oh boy, it's tiring. It's also tiring walking down with 3K worth of camera gear. Saying that, I could pack it away now, couldn't I? I might do that.
Oh crap. Oh crap.
So I was about 20 minutes off getting to the bottom at this point. I have all my gear, I'm running down. And at this point I'm like, Cam's gotta be close to the end now. And so I'm still walking down, I'm starting to pick up the pace, and I got a text message, pull out my phone, and it's from Cam. He's like, I did it, I made it.
I was absolutely ecstatic. It was definitely one of the funnest runs I've ever done, and probably the hardest I've ever worked as well, but I was stoked to beat the record and have an awesome experience out on my favourite mountain in Western Australia.
Oh, and I see him. There's the man. There's the man himself. Cam has officially beat the record.
Success.
Congrats, man.
Thank
So cool to see. How long have you been down here now?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? All right. Oh, it was exceptionally brutal. All right, I'm gonna have a break and then I'll talk to you later. All right, so obviously coming back to the set here now, how cool is that just to see all of that play out? But even after that, you know, that's not where it ended. It was so awesome to see all that happen. But after, we had to do and film all the interview stuff that you saw after, as we'll go to now. All right, so it's a couple months later, and we've got some interview stuff that we're recording at the moment. How good does that look? Such a good angle. Just out here, in the middle of nowhere, on a random trail out in the hills. Pretty good. We're very close to releasing this thing. Should be up in the next couple of days. So, well, obviously it's already up for you guys because you're seeing this video. But yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, so gotta say, it was so much fun filming this, doing this adventure. It's made me want to do this more, like with my life. Be able to go out to mountains and film and make and tell stories like that, and to do the interview parts like we're doing now. It's what made me want to do it this way today. So I hope you've enjoyed just watching and seeing how I got this shot, why I got this shot. Obviously, I'm not going super into detail into angles and stuff because, to be honest, it was just whatever I could get. I had such a short period of time. It was like, all right, get the camera angles, get as many angles as you can, get the drone up, get as much as you can. And that's just what you have to do when you're filming for someone who's not gonna stop. There's no second take, there's no redo, because they're trying to beat a record. So that was super awesome. It's been awesome to just go back through that and think back through that as well. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's gonna be very different to my others, but I hope you've enjoyed just seeing a little bit what goes in my head and behind those stories. And I look forward to telling more of them and shooting more of them in the future. But aside from that, definitely, if you haven't already, go watch Cam's video, subscribe to Cam. It was so awesome, and yeah, he's a ripper lad. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your week. Make sure you've liked and subscribed, because that's how you're gonna get the next videos when they come out. So yeah, enjoy that, and I'll see ya next week.